fellow Whovians. Whovian and Queen here. Hope you have a good week so far. Well, it's time to look at the penultimate chapter of the Ninth Doctor era with Bad Wolf. So, here we go. The Ninth Doctor, Rose, and Jack find themselves separated, waking up with temporary amnesia in various television game shows which are more fatal than their 21st century counterparts. On The Weakest Link and Big Brother, losing contestants are disintegrated. On What Not to Wear, participants undergo brutal cosmetic surgery. The Doctor escapes Big Brother with a contestant called Linda, and Jack escapes What Not to Wear. The Doctor discovers that they are on the space station Satellite 5 in the year 200,100, now under the control of the Bad Wolf Corporation, which shares the name with a set of words that are following the Doctor and Rose through time and space. Linda explains that 100 years ago, when the Doctor last visited, Satellite 5 stopped broadcasting and humanity became confused and lost. The three search for Rose. They find her just as she loses the final round of the Weakest Link and is promptly disintegrated by the Anne droid. No! The Doctor, Jack, and Linda are arrested, but escape their capture and travel to the control room on floor 500. There they meet the Controller, a cybernetic human. The Controller uses the cover of a solar flare to speak directly to the Doctor, telling him that her masters cannot hear her during the flare. The Controller used a teleport called a Transmat to hide the Doctor and his companions in the games, as their masters do not watch them. The solar flare ends before she can tell the Doctor who is controlling her. Jack finds the TARDIS hidden in a restricted area, which he uses to figure out that contestant losers are not actually disintegrated, but transmitted off the station. Phew! The Controller begins giving the Doctor the coordinates that the Transmat leads to, knowing that her masters will hear. The Controller appears in a Transmat beam and wakes up on a spaceship, where she is killed by her masters. Rose wakes up on the floor of a spaceship and is horrified to see a Dalek approaching her. The Doctor and Jack discover a signal coming from the station that is hiding something at the edge of the solar system. They cancel the signal and reveal a fleet of Dalek spaceships. The Daleks open a communication channel to the Doctor, threatening to kill Rose if he interferes. The Doctor refuses to back down and vows to rescue Rose and wipe out the Daleks. Whew, that's interesting. So anyway, let's get a little bit of continuity here. The term Bad Wolf appears in every episode of the first series except for Rose, and the two-part stories which have only one explicit reference between the two episodes. Interesting. And now let's look at the production of this episode. A working title for this episode was Game Show World. This was the last of the 2005 Doctor Who episode titles to be revealed. Prior to this, the episode was referred to in promotional literature as The Parting of the Ways Part 1, with Part 2 eventually becoming simply The Parting of the Ways. The concept of the android and a futuristic version of The Weakest Link was pitched by Russell T Davies in a second meeting with the BBC about bringing back Doctor Who in 2000 or 2001. The idea had come from his trip to New York City for the launch of the American version of Queer as Folk, where he had seen, quote, a vast screen in Times Square with the gigantic Anne Robinson blasting his tiny mortals with her voice. The production team originally intended to show Jack's naked buttocks on screen. The scene was shot, but the BBC's editorial policy department stepped in and vetoed it, the only time they ever overruled the production team during the 2005 series. According to the DVD commentary for this episode, the music that is heard as the Dalek fleet is revealed includes the chorus singing What is Happening, translated Malkore in Hebrew. Russell T Davies mentioned that the artwork for the subsequent series was mentioned in this series, as well as being an anagram. One of the answers during the Weakest Link scenes was that the Great Cobalt Pyramid was built on the ruins of the famous Old Earth Torchwood Institute, Torchwood being an anagram of Doctor Who. In 2006, a spin-off series titled Torchwood began, set in modern-day Cardiff and involving a team investigating paranormal and alien incidents, and featuring John Barrowman reprising his role, Captain Jack Harkness. Nice. And finally, let's look at some cast notes. Nisha Nayar, the actress cast as a female programmer in this episode, previously appeared as one of the uncredited Red Kang extras in the 1987 classic series story Paradise Towers. This made her the second actor to appear in both the classic and new series Doctor Who, following William Thomas's appearance in the previous episode, Boomtown. Martha Cope later played Captain Oswin in the audio play The Nowhere Place and Talia in Bedtime Story. Patterson Joseph later played Victor Espinosa in the audio play Earth Aid. Sebastian Armisto later played Anders in the audio play Grand Theft Cosmos. According to Doctor Who Confidential, although Anne Robinson was invited to voice the android, the expectation was that she would decline. A celebrity voice impersonator had already been hired to record the lines when Robinson accepted. Okay then. Well, as the penultimate chapter to the Ninth Doctor era, it's actually pretty darn good and sets up a lot of things that will pay off in the final episode. So overall, I give Bad Wolf 4 sonic screwdrivers out of 5. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. And if you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to ring the bell so you can be notified of when I upload videos. Also, if you want to help me make better videos, then please support me on Patreon. I'll put a link to it down in the description below. Anyway, tune in next week as we take a look at the final chapter of the Ninth Doctor era with The Parting of the Ways. So, until then, this is Whovian Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt!" When I say run, run! I'm Marissa Polarity, the neutron flow. Would you like a chili, baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo! Bow ties are cool, vests are cool, and Stetsons are cool.